When it comes to going to college, housing can be one of the most stressful things to figure out. It can be expensive and stressful, and it's where you're going to live for the next year or more, even. It can be very expensive, and there's a lot of choices you have. You have living with your parents, you have renting a house, you have buying a house, you have roommates, no roommates, you have living on campus in apartments, you have living in dorms, but I'm here to tell you what you should do. Living off campus and renting a house is the best option for you. It's the best option for everybody, really. Here's why. Living on campus, it does have its plus sides. You gotta think, you can meet more people, you can get involved in more things. That's always what you're told, but in reality, you can get involved in the same things that you would get involved in if you were living off campus. You still have all the same opportunities. And with meeting new people, you have all these new classes, and this is a campus of almost 20,000 people. You're going to meet new people whether or not you live in a dorm or not. But the bad side to dorms is, on average, according to Ball State's Campus Life housing rates page, to live and have 3 meals a day, which is literally what you should be eating, is $11,000 for 7 months out of the year. Barely 7 months out of the year. The end of August, November, September, October, December, kind of, and then January, February, March, April, and then some of May, barely. So yeah, you don't even get to live there a whole year, and you're literally paying $11,000. It's absolutely ridiculous. You don't get to have your own kitchen, you don't have to have your own bathroom, you don't even get to have your own living space. I mean, I know that when I get back from a hard day, sometimes I just need to let loose and I need to cry or just have some moment to myself, and you can't have that here. You cannot have that in a dorm. And it's a really big downside, and I feel like it really can affect mentally how it, like, a person not having any space, not having anything to yourself. Nothing is just yours. And it's just horrible. And almost nobody can afford $11,000 to just live. Barely. I mean, for the meals, you get $5 for breakfast, but all the prices are hiked so high. Literally, to buy a thing of cereal and milk, it's over $7. And the meal plan only covers $5, so you're still dipping into your own bank account past then. And then for dinner and lunch, you have $9 each. But again, the prices are ranked so high, you barely ever go $9. It's almost always over at least 50 cents. But let me tell you a little bit about living off campus. Obviously, if you're living off campus, you'll have your own room, your own kitchen. You'll have everything to yourself. It's literally a house. It's your house. You have that privacy, that freedom, that empowerment of being an adult and owning your own things. But on average, here in Muncie, according to apartment.gov, that the average rent here in Muncie is $410 a month, which that's with obviously having roommates. But that's not unaffordable. If you think about it, that's only about $7,980 a year. That's so much less to start off with. And that's also including, I factored in utilities, which if you're splitting amongst roommates, it's only about $50 to $60 a month, which isn't horrible. I mean, that is Wi-Fi, water, electric. I mean, the Wi-Fi on campus barely even lets my computer in half the time. And you have your own Wi-Fi, your own everything at your house. And then you're buying groceries. You might think, well, I don't have my meal plan anymore. It's more expensive. No, it is not. You're buying things in bulk and you're not buying things individually. It makes a huge difference when it comes to buying things. On average, somebody spends about $100 a month on groceries. That's not including going out to eat. So if you think about it, it's about $1,200. So adding to what we had before, we're spending about 9,000 something dollars on everything, including food, blah blah blah, everything, which is still $2,000 cheaper than living on campus, and that's full year round. That's almost 4 more months of living that you get to have, compared to living in the dorms, and you're saving $2,000. And now the other part of this argument is always living on campus is so much closer to everything. It doesn't have to be that way. There's always public transportation, and most of the housing around campus is only within a 5 to 10 minute walk, which it might be a lot for some people, but if you think about it, Northwest Hall is over a 20-minute walk to the Foundational Sciences building. And I know that because I've done that before multiple times. So it's not honestly that bad. A parking pass, even, you'll still have to buy a parking pass whether or not you live on campus. You're still spending the same money. So if you think about it, there's no money lost if you just buy the parking pass that's for on campus. There's the commuter pass and everything. I mean, they literally have something specifically for living off campus. Honestly, there's no reason not to live off campus at this point. It's really just a matter of weighing the pros and cons. The student debt that you'll avoid is insane. I personally am in so much student debt, and if I would not have started off living on campus, I would have avoided so much of that and so much less stress in my own life. So much, I just wish I would have never lived on campus to begin with. I've also had so many traumatic experiences living with a stranger that I have never met or talked to. I literally met her once and then we're like, yeah, let's live together. And it was the worst thing ever. Yeah, so you should live off campus. Thank you.